Hey guys, welcome. I'm Alexis, and I'm here to show you my favorite snack instead of popcorn. Because as you know, IBD, Spoonies, Warriors, popcorn is the razor blades on our gut. It just does not gel well for us. So I'm here today to show you my favorite snack. I'm going to show you all the ingredients that I put together first, and then we'll go ahead and show you how I make it. So a little bit about me here, obviously live. I'm here spreading awareness in terms of lifestyle management and redesign for chronic illness, in addition to particularly ulcerative colitis, but it's not limited to that, because with my background as an occupational therapist, I can incorporate strategies that are skill-based that I've learned through my licensure. I'm a board certified occupational therapist, which pretty much just means that I can help people increase independence and quality of life with any physical, cognitive, psychosocial, and emotional barriers, in addition to lifestyle management and redesign with medical conditions. So what do I've got here today? As I said, popcorn destroys the gut, especially for me. And I love having popcorn. I love having something crunchy. I love having something that's going to satisfy me, something that's savory, something that's just awesome. Especially right now, why not show you my recipe, as I'm gonna make some for myself right now at 8:40 at night, okay? And it's actually made with garbanzo beans. It's a garbanzo bean snack. So simple, so easy. And it's good for you. And why is it good for you? Because garbanzo beans have lots of good nutrition in terms of protein, and it's light on your gut. In my opinion, it's light on my gut, and also the ingredients I add. So I'm going to show those to you right now. All right, guys, so what I have here so far in the pan is coconut oil, okay? Coconut oil is great for the gut, antibacterial, antifungal. It's got so many good properties for our gut, and it gives us a lot of good nutrients, okay? So that, and it also does well with high temperatures. So I'm gonna actually turn this up so we can have it nice and hot. It also does well with high temperatures, and so it doesn't change the properties of what the oil intakes. Where olive oil is great when it's cold, but when we cook it, it actually changes the chemistry, and it can actually be pretty bad for us, okay? And then what I've made here, I've got the garbanzo beans already strained. Make sure you buy garbanzo beans that are unsalted so you can salt them to your desire, especially for those that are on prednisone. I want you to make sure you 86 the salt, or keep it at its lowest minimum, because prednisone is a salt retainer. Terrible for colitis, okay? It's terrible. It's actually not even terrible for colitis. It's actually terrible for that moon face, that dreaded moon face that we face, okay? And it's terrible. So we've got those drained, and then I put together my little spice rub here, okay? The spice rub includes all the ingredients that you see here. Now, honestly, you can do whatever ingredients you want, but these are the ones, well, not the coconut oil, that's in the plan, right? You can do whatever ones that you want, but these are my choice tonight. I happen to add a tiny touch of Himalayan salt, okay? But it's not necessary. I put in my favorite, some smoked paprika, and I put in some oregano leaves, and then I put in, here we go, anti-inflammatory properties for that gut, because our gut is constantly attacked. Turmeric and black pepper combo. Now, why do I put black pepper, fresh ground black pepper with turmeric? Because it actually pulls out the properties of the turmeric. It's like yin and yang, guys. It's like prebiotics and probiotics. They can't work without each other. One feeds off the other. So this allows this to be more the peppercorns allow it to be more bioavailable, for it to actually have the benefit of the properties anti-inflammatory wise for our gut. So that's what's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and combine that into the garbanzo beans, and let me just prop you up on the tripod so I can stir right here. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and stir this up, as you guys can see. I'm going to stir. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be, whoops, as I lose a couple of garbanzo beans. Maybe I should stir it down here. Let me adjust that. All right, great. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up as my oil is heating up. All right, I'm getting these pretty good and coated. Pretty darn good. Okay, the oil is nice and hot. So now the oil, you want to make sure that the oil is pretty darn hot. I mean, you want it to be like medium high, okay? The reason why is because it gives it that toasty crispiness that happens on the outside, and that's kind of that crunchy flavor I like to get, right? So I go ahead and pop that into the hot oil. And I've got myself a spatula to get all the goodies out of the bowl. These are great spatulas. I should definitely actually put it in my cooking store stuff that I use, that I like to use. So the amount of coconut oil I put in, it was maybe like a teaspoon to start out, just to see if that's enough. You know, you really can't go wrong with how much coconut oil you have. Yes, a lot of people get freaked out about the amount of saturated fat, but I gotta tell you, it's good fat, guys. It actually helps you with properties. Fat is not bad, okay? Fat is not something that we should be afraid of, and we definitely need to consider, you know, those healthy fats. We need to definitely bring in the good carbs. Like, this is a good carb. Like, veggies are good carbs. The good fats, avocados, coconut oils, omega-3s from salmon if you're a fish eater. And, you know, so that's really important. Of course, your protein, you know, depending on what kind of protein you eat. I eat fish personally and veggies. So I'm just going to keep stirring and stirring and stirring because it's really hot. Maybe I'll let it sit for a second just to get itself going, okay? So this is an amazing snack, guys. I make this like once a week, and you don't have to stick to these ingredients. If you want more Italian and you want more like I have an Italian 21 everyday Italian seasoning that I use, and I'll do that instead of these ones, or maybe I'll go more curry based. You know, maybe I'll do cumin and I'll do some other different things in that way. Okay, so this is cooking. And as this is cooking, I'm just gonna tell you where you can find some of my favorite ingredients that are low sodium to no sodium. And the reason why I emphasize the no sodium to low sodium is because if you're someone who's on prednisone, you want to ensure that you actually are being mindful of the salt intake, because prednisone will retain your salt, and that's what contributes to that moon face. That's what contributes to, oh, something is smoking. Let me make sure that we're clear here. Hold on a second, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. What is smoking? Okay. I don't know if I spilled a little bit of coconut oil or something like that. So, as I was saying, oh yes, so my no sodium to low sodium recommendations that I use, because of, I'm not currently on prednisone anymore. I'm actually flare-free, and I'm off of prednisone. I've been off of prednisone for probably over a decade. I was on Lialda and 6-MP, but I've actually weaned off of those as well, and I'm currently just taking nutritional supplement, vitamin D and B12, because I do eat fish and I'm mostly veggie. And it's essential with our guts because those things get depleted. And so basically my low sodium to no sodium options, you can actually find that on my website at culinarydelights.me. And if you scroll, if you're on the web, like the web version of it, if you're watching on a mobile device and you're on a web version, please click the web version when you scroll down, and then you can see on that first home page a box that says 7 alternatives salts away. And that's actually where you can get my list of my favorite no sodium to low sodium options that you can add to your cooking. Okay? Because the flavor is where it's at, and that's where I get my flavor. So these are almost ready. Not quite, but almost ready. So a little bit more information about that website. I also put some recipes up there for your pleasure, and what's called my UC survival kit. So my UC survival kit is basically some of the essentials that have worked for me through flares, when I'm in remission, to keep my anxiety at bay. I'm a big believer that anxiety plays a huge factor in how intense our flares are, what the duration at which the flares will stick around. and the frequency of them happening. So those are some things that I have up there. I also have some supporting factors of donations to Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. And it's just some other things. You know, I haven't really posted any blog posts or anything on there yet, but I do better on video. I feel like you get a little bit more value that way, and everyone's on their phones nowadays, so why not share the value that way, you know? These are also good cold, so you don't have to like commit to them hot. But you could definitely eat them as a cold snack, or throw them on a salad if you feel like you can tolerate salad. Now here's the other thing, guys. You know, I am flare-free now, so I can tolerate spinach. I can tolerate some dark leafy greens if they're cut up really fine or cooked. Some people can't, and I totally get that. When you have an IBD, you have an inflammatory bowel disease, veggies are not your friend. But I gotta tell you, you know, when you're flare-free and you give it in small doses, your gut microbiome shifts and it actually says, no, I don't need to attack you anymore. So it takes a long process. It's not something that's overnight, and it is doable. And some people can say poo-poo that, and that's totally fine. But others that are willing to try, this is why I'm flare-free. This is why I still have the condition, and I always will have colitis, but I am currently not feeling those symptoms at this time. And I'm super grateful for that. So, yes, you can throw this to any kind of dish you want if you don't want it as a snack. They're almost done, I think. They're crisping up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much how long you wait. It's like the crispy level you want. You just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. Okay, I'm probably going to take them out now. So, we'll put this here. I'm going to get a bowl. My favorite, my favorite. I know you guys are like staring at the stove right now. Yay. Gotta manage the hot stuff really carefully. Okay. Cool beans, literally. Well, hot garbanzo beans, but right on. Ta-da! Oh, you gotta love the messiness on the outside. And that's that. Yum, yum. I'm so excited to eat some of these tonight. Well, guys, that's it. Enjoy the recipe. As I said, just go with your taste buds. You know, the reason why I do the rub before is so I can taste it out, see if I like, if it needs any more of something. And that's the sequence at which I put that together. So I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to giving you some more tips and tricks to enjoying your foods and giving your belly an opportunity to have less flares and feel better. Take care, guys.